Hello, and what's up everybody? This is the first video of a long-awaited anticipation of my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew, and let's get right into things. 2 days ago, I bought a 1984 Mercedes 300 TD turbo diesel wagon, and I gotta say, I'm really happy with the shape it's in. However, as with any 40-year-old car, you're gonna have some issues that you're gonna have to mess around with and get it running right. And that's what I spent today doing, fixing a couple of those issues on this car. So I got the video pulled up right next to me, and I'm gonna watch it and explain exactly what I was doing, because honestly I didn't really feel like, talking about everything I was doing earlier, because that kind of takes away from working on the car and being able to do a good job, in my opinion. I don't know, at least right now at my stage. Yeah, so I have the video pulled up right here, and I'm gonna watch it with you guys and tell you exactly what I was doing. Right off the bat, I was trying to take off the fuel filter. There's two fuel filters. There's an inline fuel filter and then like another fuel filter that's like a canister. So I was trying to take that off, and the screw just would not want to come loose. After messing around with it a bit, I realized I could just kind of slide it off, and then because it was already enough pressure on it, I could just slide it off and then slide it back on, and that ended up working out just great. It took me a little bit to figure out getting the filter off, and once I did, oh, you can see it just popped off right there, and I got it off, and then I had to maneuver the hose and prop it up so that way nothing would leak out. And you can see me messing with it a bit there. I'm sorry, the shot's not great, but that's where I realized I could just kind of twist it off. And once I got that off, almost there. Spin it a couple more times, and boom, came right off just like that. Prop up the fuel line in a nice spot, and look at how dirty that thing was. I'm gonna pause the video real quick. When I bought this car, going through the documentation that came with it, it seems like the majority of the work was done on it in somewhere between the period of 2008 and 2014. I have not been able to pinpoint the exact time frame that the work was done. I am trying to get in contact with the person who did the work. Hopefully by the time the next video comes out, I'll have that for you, and I will be able to share that. Yeah, so as far as I know, the fuel that was in this car when I got it could have been that old. The guy that I bought it from, I don't think that he put any fuel in it, so chances are it was probably a little bit gunky. Yeah, bring the video back, show you that. And then the next step was to get the new filter on. You can see it in my hands there and how clean it is. I did not show a close-up of it, sorry about that. And I suppose I could probably put the video underneath the camera. Even better. Okay, video's in a new spot. So again, I tried to loosen the screws on it, realized it wasn't worth it because I could just kind of jimmy it on. There were no problems with that, and I've done it in the past and not had any problems with it. So after I got that on, I'm sorry, the shot's really not that great, but I was more focused on getting the work done rather than filming. This is the more important part of the video right now. So after I got that on, the next step was that I had to get the metal canister fuel filter off. Now, I do feel a little bit stupid about this one with how long I struggled with it, and especially that I spent about 25 minutes trying to find a tool to get it off, when if I were to have just looked at it a little bit closer, I would have realized right on top there is actually a bolt that connects right to the threads inside the fuel filter, making it actually incredibly easy to take the fuel filter off. I wish that I realized that sooner, because this is probably one of the easiest fuel filter replacements out there. So I just threw a socket right on top and then gave it a yank, and honestly it wasn't even that hard to get that bolt off, snapped off right there, and we were good to go. Right from there, I felt that the filter was loose. I was very excited about that, so I went and just took it right off with my hands, and there was no problem there. it was leaking a little bit, so I went to go grab a cloth, and then I got it off. I took some fuel, some spare fuel, to go and fill up the new filter, just so that way the system would not run dry. However, you will see, apparently I didn't do a good enough job on that, because the engine kept shutting off when it wasn't getting enough fuel for a bit. So I did have to turn the engine over a couple times until it finally caught, and once it did, it was good to go. So you can see me putting the new fuel filter on, and then I'll cut to where you can see me, the engine shutting off. The hood almost fell on me, and keeps going forward a little bit, and you can tell in the video, I finally did get it running, and we were good to go. Now, let me tell you a little bit why I was doing the fuel filters on this, besides the fact that the car had been sitting. Something that slightly worries me about this car is it has a weird tick. You can hear it in the video. If you know how these engines run, you know that that noise should not be there. My first thought was that it possibly wasn't getting enough fuel. I was hopeful. I was very hopeful in the fact of that it would be something that simple. I do still think that it's something pretty simple, but it is going to involve a little bit of work. I think that the fuel injectors need to be replaced. So, in an upcoming video, look forward to me working on those fuel injectors as soon as I'm able to get those in. So after I messed around with the car for a little bit, I got it running back to how it should have been. I brought the camera inside the car to clean off the around the key, because I had some diesel on my hands, and when I was turning the key, it got on the plastic, and you really don't want to leave that on there. So I just took some spray cleaner and I sprayed that off. And then after the video was, I also worked on the door panel a little bit. Just because I was trying to test the cleaner and see how good of a job it did. I did do some cleaning on the door panel last night. I was real excited to sit outside at night with, and some nice lights and work on the car, until every bug in my area decided to come and attack me. It was lovely for probably the first 30 minutes of working on the car, and then I turned my flashlight off for a second, and then I turned it back on, and every single bug came at me. So I ended up having to wrap that up way sooner than I wanted to. Boom! There are enough oily fingerprints on this for me to know that the turbo has been worked on. The transmission front seal, transmission tuning kit, transmission pressure test book, transmission replacement, tons of receipts for everything that was purchased for the car. I have reason to believe this was also put in the car. So that means that that means most likely the car even has a new transmission in it. So new rear axle, what am I saying? All of the other parts that came with it, I plan on actually doing a pretty fun little series, so I don't want to show too much of everything that actually came with the car, because I do have a pretty fun idea to make some videos involving all the parts that came with the car. But yeah, I think honestly that's a good spot to wrap this up. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching this short little video, and I will see all of you in the next one. Thank you for watching.